So there's one called Liminal Lodge, which is a guy who lost his serious girlfriend, goes kind of crazy and starts trying to find a way to contact the other side. This one is about a cult with an actual supernatural element. He did one pretty much just completely mocking MAGA, and that got people really pissed off. Some virus where the eyes turn red and they say shit that you hear like QAnon and them all fucking quote all the time, alphas and all that crap.
Yeah, it was basically a blood infection, or like it was transmitted through bodily fluids. But the disease just made your eyes turn red and made you essentially into a maggot, like to a T. It was just
That's
like
pretty funny.
it forced your brain to believe in conspiracy theories and right wing like conservative ideologies, and it was honestly like a little bit more terrifying than your average zombie story because you're like, oh shit, this is kind of happening right now, and it's not even a fucking disease.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's close
his
to home.
latest one's been really good. And I like what he's done on some of the Scared to Deaths instead of doing like 2 or 3 long stories, he started mixing in just some quick hits. Like 3 paragraph, 1 page sort of stories where it's like, holy shit, nobody knows what that is, and it's weird as hell, but it's not long enough to really warrant a good half episode on.
Have you seen those? What's it called? There's some pages on like Instagram and like social media and stuff that'll post like, um, it's like write a like 5 sentence horror story or short story or something.
Like the
It's
subreddit, 2 sentence horror.
yeah, exactly that. Yeah. Like stuff like that. He's doing, except well, obviously probably a little longer.
Well, this is more like one of the stories came from Dublin, Ireland. A guy was out with his friend, and they were driving to find some club, and they got lost out in some back roads. So they go to talk to this guy they see sitting on a gate, but they realize this guy is lit up from behind with no light source, and his face is just looks like a blank void. And they noped the fuck up out of there. And that's the story. I mean, a little bit more detailed, but like interesting and freaky and what the hell is going on, but you won't be able to milk 8, 9, 10 minutes or whatever he usually tries to get from those stories.
Yeah. I like those. I love and hate those kind of stories because like they're good and they put you on edge, but at the same time I'm just like how you were saying, like I can't just like Wikipedia this and like or Google it and like find more information. Just like that's it. That's the story. So like leaves you questioning and wondering.
Oh. Huh? Anthony's eavesdropping in before Will gets here. I gotta say, Anthony, I like seeing that your son plays flag football. Kids under like 16 should not be playing tackle.
Yeah, there was a whole thought process behind it. I played tackle since I was 6, and I used to be in like fucking gifted and talented classes, and I started taking hits to the head, and it all just went downhill. And I mean,
And
realistically, I know that he's not gonna be in the NFL or anything like that because he's not a freak of nature. He's just a regular little Mexican like his father. But there's no point in him having bad back, hurt knees, and concussions by the time he's in middle school.
yeah, I mean, 1 minute he's on his way to become a valedictorian, the next minute he's trying to fuck a search corpse. There has to be that proper balance.
I know. I'm trying to. It's an experiment. See if that's where things went wrong. I start taking hits to the head.
Hey everyone, sorry about that.
Hello.
Evening.
Okay, so baby boys, a little different from girls.
Yes, in multiple different ways, especially changing dirty diapers.
Yeah, so if you have any hacks with that, let me know because I just got fucking sprayed.
Uh,
Oh no.
do you have a baby wipe warmer?
I don't, but I am
Oh,
open to anything.
well, all you got to do is right when you go to take off the diaper, just pull a wipe and place it over the top. Then if he shoots, it's hitting that. It's just to be nice if you can have the wipe be warm going to that area. He might appreciate it a little more.
Nice cold wipe right on top of them.
But no, that's what
Oh,
we did was we just pulled out a baby wipe, threw it over the pecker, and then worked on him. And
yeah, I'm gonna have to try that out, the warmer. But yeah, man, got shot a couple times, and it's just like it's so annoying because you just have to like gets it all over himself, and then it's just like all over the changing and me, changing table. It's just oh fuck, you got to clean the whole fucking room. Anyways, that was my nat one right there. Was already starting to take a toll.
All right, well, shit. With all of us thusly assembled, guess we could start this off. This recap is going to be pretty short and sweet. Last session was pretty much entirely just combat. You guys were the Sands of Justice had made their way through the Nine Hells to a set of doors to lead them deeper, and in front of this set of doors were two warring clans of devils, in particularly the Abishai. These are very like draconic featured like devils, very dragon-like these creatures. But as they fight with their minions, the Sands of Justice decides to get involved, seeing that the locking mechanism on the door actually requires 10 soul coins to open. And you guys have kind of deduced, mostly through Locris's research, that the soul coins are how they control their minions, and most devils have a few, and it seems that they are all feuding to not only for power here, but for enough soul coins to open the doors and get to the next layer of hell. So that's kind of where we're at. You guys have already engaged this particular combat. It's pretty much the same. I'll send that pic across. So, only in the last round of combat, a plume of black smoke erupted out of a nearby volcano and covered this smoke and soot and ash kind of covered the entire battlefield. So currently, all around you in all directions is thick black sooty smoke. And we'll be at the top of the round, which will be Renwick. So, Renwick, you before this wave of smoke hits, you're not in a great place. There are 3 separate Abishai and one of their fallen souls minions basically surrounding you. You've got an enemy to the north, east, south, and west. So, tell me how you proceed. You are essentially, for all intents and purposes, blinded at this point, but due to the smoke.
Yes, this does make things rather interesting. So just to clarify, the door is open if we have 10 coins, and we currently have 12.
Correct. It looks as if the mechanism in the door was built specifically for 10 soul coins at once. Think of it almost like a rotary phone dial, you know what I mean? But for soul coins.
Do I get the impression that it's going to take me multiple actions to like put said coins into the door to open it?
I'm gonna say go ahead and give me like a history check.
Oh man, it's just a flat fucking roll. Okay. 17 though.
You are not sure how long it is going to take. You can kind of, you've put eyes on the mechanism just as you kind of go about the battlefield, and you're somebody who deals with like traps and locks a lot, but you can see that these are like giant cogs and other things that are like connected mechanically, all down to like really fine and minuscule like cogs and belts and chains and things. This sort of like devilish contraption, this devilish door, looks pretty complex, and you're not really sure how long it will take to open it.
Okay. Um, I'm going to bonus action disengage, and I want to move diagonally toward the door, and to the left side of the field, basically trying to like kind of go around the cluster of enemies north of me.
Okay, that makes sense. So you just using your movement speed, or you movement bonus action and dash? How much are you
Bonus
going?
action disengage. I have 25 feet of movement, and oh fuck. Let's hope this works. Um, I'm basically gonna this turn just try to set ourselves up for an escape toward the door now that we have enough coins, because I think that we're gonna get overwhelmed here. So, as Renwick uses his 25 feet to basically get as far toward the door with like leaving himself kind of in between that cluster of enemies and the four on the left of the map. He gets some space and he peels back um the eye patch, and you see the Kraken eye start to like shine, and then all of a sudden this sort of like translucent wave like ripples out from it, and he's going to cast hypnotic gaze, or sorry, hypnotic pattern on the cluster of enemies by the door. It has a 30-foot cube that it can hit, so I'm going to try to hit as many of the enemies right by the door as I can. And it's going to create a twisting pattern of colors in a 30-foot cube. The pattern appears for a moment and vanishes. Each creature in the area who can see the pattern must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or have the charmed condition for the duration. While charmed, the creature has the incapacitated condition and a speed of 0. The spell ends if the affected creatures take damage or if anyone uses an action to shake the creature of its stupor.
Okay, it sounds pretty reasonable, but okay, if that's how you want to roll, I will totally let it happen. However, I would point out that Renwick would probably realize that that spell requires his enemies to have line of sight, and currently the entire battlefield is in this black, thick smog. Essentially, the entire battlefield has been temporarily blinded. So I think you would know that them requiring sight, that spell might not be effective at this moment.
God damn it. Yeah, no, that's fair. I appreciate that. I was hoping to subvert it if I got enough movement, but I guess if it's cloaked the whole field, that really kind of limits everything that I could possibly do. So my turn just got real boring. I'm just gonna, I guess, bonus action disengage, action dash, movement for a full 50 feet of movement, trying to pace myself toward the door as best as I can. If I can't see anything, I can't do anything.
So would you go around the like second group of fighters, or do you think you would be go through them on your way to the door?
If I disengage, then I can move through all of them because as a halfling, I can move through creatures that are size medium or larger. So I would just straight sprint 50 feet toward the door, I guess.
Okay, as you sprint straight towards this door through this smog, this smoke, go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw. We're going to call it a DC 15. Oh, goddamn. Only a 31? You had to double it? As Renwick sprints through the battlefield in the smog, it just kind of washed over the battlefield. You have a general idea of where everyone is. You can kind of hear combat going. You sprinting through the fog, you sense at the last moment that something's not quite right, and you pull up, and you actually end up doing like a bit of a parkour backflip off of while you're in contact with it, even though you're temporarily blinded. Bright flashes of purple seem to emit as you kind of parkour. For whatever reason, Renwick, you're not 100% sure at this moment, but there appears to be some sort of structure between you and the other combatants in this battlefield. So you essentially bounced off of it, saw some purple kind of arcane light, and realized that there is in fact a very large wall essentially in front of you.
All right. Does that leave me with any movement speed once I hit this invisible wall and realize it's there? Or was that like at the end of my 50 feet?
It was right at the end of your 50 feet.
Okay. I guess he'll just call out to the party then and be like, I can't see shit, and there's something here. There's a wall or something. Take a wide berth. Get to the doors. And yeah, he'll just, I guess, limp his way as best as he can. But he's not looking great, and he's blind and doesn't know where the fuck to go. So best of luck, boys.
All right, moving on down. Locris, you are kind of in the thick of it. You've got your allies to your right and left, but in front of you and beside you, you also have a couple of these Abishai devils. These very draconic-looking devilish creatures. And on the top of that, they have a whole swarm of minions nearby that seem to be more focused on pummeling Gladir at the moment, but still.
So, question. Locris was going to cast Arcane Gate this turn. However, after nature events, Arcane Gate does say a space you can see, but I'm wondering if because he knew kind of where he was going planning, if I might be able to somehow mitigate part of that.
I'll say, where did you want to put your what's the parameters of the spell? What are you doing here exactly?
Okay, so Arcane Gate says you create a linked teleportation portals that remain open for the duration. Choose 2 points on the ground that you can see. 1 point within 10 feet of you, the other point within 500 feet. So he was kind of going to place the other portal right in front of the coin slot. And then one directly kind of in front of him so that he could grab the party members around him and kind of shove them through. And it's portal 10 feet in diameter, opens over each point. If the portal would open in a space occupied by a creature, the spell fails. Portals are 2 dimensional glowing rings filled with mist, hovering inches from the ground and perpendicular to the point. And then one portal can be seen, and that's the way I choose pretty much. Like, oh, my side, you can see the portal, but the exit you can't, so it looks like we pop out of nowhere. And then I can reverse directions I want.
I will say I will leave it up to an Arcana roll. If you can, kind of bend the language of the spell a little bit, you kind of know where you want these portals to be. Let's. I'm gonna say. Okay, I got a DC. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check, but due to the blindness, I'm gonna have to say with disadvantage.
$23.
Very nice. Okay, so you is that your choice then? You want to cast this spell?
Yep.
So you throw down the first portal and there is no problem. And as you reach out and throw out the second portal, something arcane in nature blocks your spell from going through. You had it lined up. You did the math. You knew where the spot was supposed to be. Something actively blocked your spell.
Okay. In that case, and that counts as a spell lost, so I need to mark that. Not knowing what's going on, I would use my bonus action to cast Spirit Shroud, which is I call forth spirits of the dead which flirt around you for the spell's duration. Until the spell ends, any attack I make deals an extra 1d8 when I hit a creature within 10 feet of me. This damage is radiant, necrotic, or cold. Your choice when you cast the spell, so I'm going to go radiant. Any creature that can't take this any creature that takes this damage can't regain hit points until the start of my next turn. In addition, any creature of my choice that I can see that starts its turn within 10 feet of me has its speed reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn. And I don't know how blind sight would impact that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess technically you can't be blinded. You're pretty aware of your immediate surroundings anyway.
I'd put that up and just, and it's actually going to be 2d8 because it's cast at 5th level due to only being able to cast at 5th level.
Nice. That's a hell of a spell. That's a good one.
And that will end my turn.
Okay, moving on down from Locris. Blade, you are up. You were just kind of outside of this battle. You're a few steps away from it before the black smoke sweeps over the battlefield and blinds everyone. So what do you do from here?
Sorry, did you say Glader?
Blade is actually up
Oh,
after
Blade, okay.
after Locris.
Blade Deer.
My bad. It was a little choppy, so I couldn't tell if he said Blade or Glader.
Oh, sorry. If I get too bad, I'll disconnect, reconnect. Holler at me.
We'll just both take our turns right now. It's no problem.
Oh yeah, I mean that's how it works, right? If we mishear what you say, we just get to do whatever we want.
I think that's right.
Gladier, in classic Gladier fashion, did not roll great on initiative. He's several turns away. You might get 2 before he gets 1 there, Blade.
The smoke actually helped him. Let's see. Oh man, so I can't see jack shit. Like visibility, like I can't see like 5 feet in front of me.
Yeah, zero visibility, 100% blind in every direction.
Ugh. Good lord, this is not good. I genuinely don't think there's much I can do. I guess. Where did I leave off? I am. Okay. So I guess could I maybe like just slowly Blade would probably just be kind of confused. Can't I mean I don't really have anything I can use to clear anything up. Could I just like maybe slowly start walking to where I think the doors are and just kind of like keep my guard up a little bit
Okay,
in
yeah.
case something takes a swipe at me?
If you're slowly walking towards the door, let's say 5, 10, 15, 20, on about 25 feet, as you make your way through the smoke to the door, you bump into a wall. It emits a purplish hue while you come into contact with it, but it like pushes you backwards. You're definitely at a obstruction.
Hmm. So Blade might just try to like he sees it or like sees this wall. Maybe just out of like uh, curiosity, maybe I'll take like maybe like a 10-foot step back and then cast shatter on it. See if it does anything to it.
Okay, so you actually only have 5 more feet of movement, so you could take a 5-foot step back and then cast shatter if
Oh.
you'd like.
Hmm.
So yeah, you would still be fairly close to it, but you could take a step back if you wanted to cast shatter.
I just don't want to get caught in it. Like, it's a 10-foot radius, so could I maybe try to like point it like downward, like to my left or something, just so I wouldn't get hit by it, just kind of where I would think the wall would be, just to see if
Yeah,
it affects it.
yeah, absolutely. So is that the plan then?
That's my plan.
Okay, so you let the shatter spell loose, and it feels and sounds as it should. What it hits portions of the ground that shatter, but the portions of this shatter spell that hit this wall seem to just emit a purplish energy, and nothing seems to happen. No sound, no cracking, no. It does not seem to have taken effect upon this wall. Only emitting a purplish light where it is struck by your magic. Not even a sound.
Um, Shoot. I guess I honestly can't think of anything to do. I guess yeah, Blade will just kind of like yell out, be like, "I'm over here. Does anybody know what's going on with this purple wall?" And yeah, I guess I'll end my turn there. Just see kind of what the group is gonna do.
Okay, moving on down. Logos, you are up. You're kind of standing next to Locris, who's got an enemy on either side of him. One enemy seems to be pretty thoroughly pursuing you after you have shot it with several arrows. One of these Abishai devils is definitely running and gunning for you specifically, and he happens to be within melee range. And then everything goes black. You cannot see anything in any direction due to the smoke and the smog. So how do you proceed?
Can I ask a general rule? Does opportunity attack still matter if we're all blind? Can he still do that?
You're not sure. It is definitely within the realm of possibility. Like Locris can see within 10 feet of him just fine, even despite the smoke. So it's possible.
So since Blade yelled out, but I know how far away I am from the purple wall.
We'll call it give me a perception check with disadvantage.
But my voice is so distinguishable.
It's not due to your voice; it's due to the smoke. You know, your melodic
okay.
voice is definitely, you know, he'll be walking in the right direction. We'll see how much.
Which
I hear a bitch.
I could just use my passive since. Would you want me to actively roll for it or just use the passive score?
What is your passive score? Something ungodly like 30?
No. Yes.
Yeah. You demigods. Yeah, I'll say with a passive of 30, you can actively gauge that Blade is about 25 feet away.
Okay. Well, I am going to move towards his voice and come with me with the opportunity to.
So you're going to move towards his voice. The Abashai is definitely going to take that opportunity attack. 19 on the die becomes a lot. 31 to hit.
Then unfortunately, just
And you're looking at a total of 16 slashing damage as you escape the range of this Abishai.
okay.
But you do make your way up to a Blade. You standing right next to Blade, and you know, not 5 feet in front of you, this mysterious wall.
Is the wall beyond the direction of the smoke, or is the smoke coming from behind it?
The smoke came from like a nearby mountaintop, just spewing its top and various, you know, minerals and things into the air. It encompasses the entire battlefield, as far as you could tell.
Would I have known the general direction of what it came from, though, in relation to where I'm at with this wall?
Okay, say that one more time.
Would I have known the direction in which it came from in relation to where I'm at with this wall?
Yeah, we'll say it came from the northwestern portion of the map.
This may. I'm gonna try this one. May. Um, I want to cast Wall of Wind, third level evocation spell. I think. Figure it out. Uh, up to 120 feet. Cast a 50-foot long, 15 feet high, 1 foot thick. The shape of the wall, any way you choose, so as long as it makes one continuous path along the ground. The wall lasts for the duration. Wall appears, each creature in this area makes a strength saving throw. The strong wind keeps fog, smoke, and any other gases at bay. Uh, Flying creatures or objects can pass through the wall. Loose other materials like arrows or bolts can be shot through it. So I would like to position that in a way that would give us and Dan some room to see and breathe. And whether that be that I have to circle it around us, or if I could just make it 50 foot long in the direction and kind of keep that smoke from coming directly at us.
Okay, yeah, I like this. All right, I'm gonna position this pretty smoothly. Go ahead and give me a. What even is that? Give me, I guess, Arcana check to see how well you can place this wall despite not being able to see.
Would you allow survival since it has to do with positioning in the terrain and remembering where things were in relation?
Yeah, you sold me on it. Go ahead. Survival sounds alright.
It's not great. I'm looking at a 19 total.
Okay, with a 19 total. Okay, so let's drop another pick of the feed real quick. But yeah, you throw down this wall of air, and as it rips across the battlefield and clears out a good portion of this smoke, I assume the wind, does it work on both sides of the wall, or is the wind directional?
Double check. It doesn't specify. Uh, it's 1 foot tape is taped away in any way you choose. It's a concentration. I think it's if you touch it from either side, then you have to. I'm assuming because it doesn't specify.
Okay, then. I'm gonna say that it clears up a fair portion of this battlefield as this wall of wind just kind of rips through and kind of reveals that you've got your wall of wind right up against another, it looks like, wall. It looks as if it is a rippling wall of energy. It looks almost like standing water. But yeah, it ripples, and you have thrown up this wind wall, and it reveals the battlefield. I'll drop a pick. So, oops. Oh, they're both the same. Well, no. Picture on the right is the current battle map. Okay, so you guys are kind of at the wall. Renwick is at the wall. Logos is at the wall. Blade is kind of at the wall. You've revealed you've blown most of the smoke out of the premises for the time being. Yeah, there is like a magical wall that's displayed in like pink on the map, on the pink marker, and then Logos's wall is the blue, and the air seems to be being pushed from both sides of this wall, kind of clearing the smoke at least temporarily. So you guys are not as blind as you once were. Is that it, Logos? Do you have anything else up your sleeve?
Would you allow me use my bonus action to see if I can make a perception check now that I can see when it's maybe I can see where this thing is originating, if there's a spellcaster beyond it, or if what's happening here.
Yeah, that one is gonna have to be an Arcana check, or I guess I would allow Perception actually. But what they reveal would be different information.
My Arcana is ass. I'll take the 23 perception.
With the 23 perception, it's kind of hard to see through this wall that appeared out of nowhere. But from what you can tell, the red Abashi, these red dragon-like devils, have managed to kill off all of the blue Abashi, and they are currently like looting their bodies. but that's it. You don't glean any information about who or what made the wall.
Alrighty, that'll be my turn.
Okay, moving on down. With the fresh in view and just how everything has changed, I think. Let's see here. Abashi 6 here is going to move up to Renwick. So is 4. Okay. Now that they can see, they come in at an assault on Renwick, standing by himself at the wall. I'm gonna
At disadvantage.
Oh, you're right. Okay, disadvantage on the first trio. So 12 is the low, and it still becomes a 24 to hit. Does that hit?
Yeah.
Okay. I assumed. I don't know. Sometimes you get fucky with like dodge or a riposte.
Wait, can I see him?
You can actually.
Can I do some words there to maybe make that miss?
Yeah, I think he's within range. 5, 10, 15, 20. He's
60 feet?
Yep. He's definitely in range.
Be like, oh, he's a little small. You're going to have to try hard to hit him. Good luck.
Okay, so it was a 23 to hit. What do you reduce it by?
Let's try.
What does he need to reduce it by, Renwick?
My AC is 22.
Oh, so anything works.
Well, if it meets it beats, so it needs to be at least a 2.
He got
Reduces it by 11.
Oh yeah, totally flubs it. Totally flubs the first attack. Second attack also at disadvantage. That one was only an 18 to hit, so 2 strikes and both misses. And the third attack, 15 on the die is going to be a lot. I think that one will also hit.
I would assume so.
Yeah, it comes out to be like 32, 20, no, 27.
Yeah.
27, but still.
Yeah, I think that one's going to hit.
That will be 14 slashing damage from this creature's claw. And those 3 attacks gone by, the second Abishai is also going to pile on the fray. So now that you've been struck, I don't have to roll with disadvantage, correct?
Until the top of the next round, yeah.
Okay. 2, even with the sweet plus, not gonna happen. 4, even, not great. 7 becomes 19. You lucky dog, I was rolling better with disadvantage. 3 more attacks from this Abishai, and all of them miss. He cannot seem to find any purchase as he, clamors his claws and staff and jaws in your direction. That will lead me to the red Abishai 3, who is currently engaging Glowcris, and she will continue to do so. Let's see. That one's gonna. Okay. A 19 and a natural 20 for my first 2 claw attacks. A 16 for the third attack. So I'm pretty sure all 3 of those are gonna hit, unless you have some fancy move you would like to enact.
Don't believe so. Let me just. I mean, the natural 20, of course, hits.
Wait, I have something. Because I'm right next to Loker still, right?
Correct.
I have, where is it? Where are you? This character, right? thought I had. I know I have something. Fuck. Oh no, I might be thinking of a different character. I thought I had. I can impose disadvantage because he's within 5 feet of me. Do I not have that? Where the fuck did I pull that from then?
I'm not sure. I thought you. Is that like a sentinel ability or something?
That's for I think it's Shield Master. For some reason, I thought I had Shield Master.
No,
Or
Shield
like
Master doesn't do that.
the defensive fighting skill or something like that. Maybe I'm thinking of one of my. Okay, sorry. I might be thinking of
How far
my
is
character
Locris from me?
Chris's campaign.
Locris
I
is
think I
5,
feel
10,
like
15, 20. He's a solid 20 feet from you there, Logos.
So when a creature you can see within 30 feet of you wants to make an attack roll, it can use my reaction to roll a d6 and subtract that number from the total.
Also, I was right. I found it. Fighting style, protection. While wielding a shield and a creature you can see attacks a target other than you within 5 feet, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll. I knew I had something.
Okay. You guys both gonna use your reactions then?
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
Or at least I will.
Okay, Logos, go ahead and roll me that d6, and I will re-roll one of those attacks. Not the crit, though. You're kind of fucked. The does come out to be a 4, which is only a 16 total, so I think that actually misses. So it'll be 1 hit and 1 crit.
Oakley.
Okay, the regular hit, we are looking at 15 slashing damage, and the that one's cocked. 32 total for the critical hit. So
Noted.
the Abishai absolutely finds purchase in your flesh as he carves you up. So one thing you guys notice about the battlefield as this kind of transpires, those on the other side of the wall seem to have eliminated their enemies. They loot their pockets and they run to the door. It would appear that they have begun engaging with this mechanism of some kind. That being said, the blue Abishai, realizing what has taken place, they act more out of rage and despair. I'm gonna say both Locris and Locris and Gladier. You both get attacks of opportunity on one of these devils as it spreads its wings and jumps high into the air and makes an attempt to flee.
Oh, really?
So I have Hexblade Curse out there, and I
Yes.
don't know if you marked it. Which one?
4, correct? Is it the one you're currently engaging with?
I would assume so, because that's what I would do is put it on the guy right on me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 4.
Is he the one trying to take off?
Correct, he is.
All right. Taking my attack of opportunity. And that's going to be a 24 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
Okay.
That's a
That's going to
28 for
be.
me. Oh, sorry.
Nice.
Nope.
Okay, both hit for sure. Roll some damage.
Would you like to go first, Gladier?
No. You go.
All right. Let's see. A D8 for the weapon is going to be 9 for the weapon. 8 plus 5 for an additional 13 radiant damage from my spirit shroud. And then a D6, which is a 4. So that'll be a total of, say, 2 plus 7. It was 9 plus 13 radiant, or 9 radiant. So that's 22 radiant damage. Oh, plus my charisma. So that's 27 damage, plus an additional 4 for a total of 31 points of damage.
Damn, yeah, you absolutely just wallop this dude on his way out. And yeah, he struggles. Gladier?
All right. So that's 19 plus. I'm gonna burn what's it called? Fucking channel divinity. God, it's been so long since I played D&D. Divine Smite. There's the word. Yeah, so the 28 on the hit, 19 damage initially. I'm gonna burn I'll do a third level Divine Smite, which is I believe 48 extra damage. 3D, yeah, 48 extra damage. So 19, 21, 26, 32, 37 points of damage for my attack.
Ooh, very nice. Well played. Well played. Another mighty blow as this devil goes to get airborne. It takes a powerful blow from two separate directions, and it looks rough. It almost does not make it, but it pulls itself away from the battlefield.
I also have Sentinel,
Oh,
so he actually doesn't move.
Oh, nice. Okay, I take it back. He struggles and remains in place while his two devilish companions who remain on the field do fly off. Let's see here. Okay, after the demons, Gladier, you are up. You are kind of surrounded by these hellish minions. Actually, as these other demons fly away, they summon their minions to them, and a couple of the minions that were flailing about trying to murder you are no longer. But yeah, you're up.
All right, so do you mind if I get an updated picture of the map since we just had some guys fly away?
Absolutely. Let me tighten
Thank you, sir.
up the map a little bit for you. Alrighty. Okay, so you still have a couple of angry Abashai on this side of the wall. Renwick seems to be being attacked. You and Locris seem to be engaging a couple. There's still a couple of minions on the battlefield as well. But most of the Abashai on the other side of the wall are tinkering with the door.
Okay. I think I have something I want to do. And I hope it works. Yeah, fucking. I'm just gonna. Cause I think I probably haven't observed too much about this wall, other than little glances at possible spells failing, but don't really have much to deal with that. So I think I'm gonna try and deal with the people hounding us. I am going to channel divinity, turn unholy. So as an action, you can censure fiends and undead. Each fiend or undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw DC 19. On a failure, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage. So he just kind of bang his sword really loud against his shield, and just kind of like this like little like shockwave of his golden divine energy is going to kind of like radiate out from him and hopefully does something.
Okay, well, you said it was a 30-foot radius from you?
Yes, each fiend or undead that can see or hear me within 30 feet.
Okay,
And so wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw, and I'm shooting for
DC 19.
Okay. Unfortunately for you, I have to roll a 6 or less to fail this.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah. 8 becomes a dirty 20. 8 again. Sorry, another dirty 20. But you got all 4 of them on this side of the wall, so 17. That's a lot. And a 4, 16.
Hey, I got one.
the the devil that Blade had previously struck with his synaptic static spell, who became who returned to the battlefield once again, flees the battlefield. Renwick, I think that would give you an attack of opportunity if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm certainly not going to turn it down. That is an 18, unfortunately.
Alas, the hard, scaly skin of the devils. Okay, moving on down.
Just real quick, as a bonus action, because that would be my full action. But as a bonus action, I would like to use a potion of superior healing.
Okay, for sure.
So I'm
Just go ahead and roll it
probably
out.
I'm kind of surrounded. I don't want to be scared by himself. Yeah, I'm gonna stay put. All right, so I will roll that out in chat, and that will be my turn.
All right. Moving on to the minions. They're all essentially. Well, 2 of them are flanking Gladier, so we're gonna make a couple of attacks. A 25, I imagine, hits. The other ones are all garbage. So of the 2 attacks, only one lands true. A whopping 9 slashing damage as this damned soul swings an axe and finds purchase. The last one is actually going to go for Locris. He's the biggest target in the neck of the woods. Unfortunately, 5 on the die comes nowhere close to Locris's AC. It tries as it may, it is futile. So, down to the bottom of the round with the layer action. We have actually spent the layer actions of this particular battle. No longer a thing. Moving back to the top of the round. That would be Renwick. You are up. I'll drop another pick in the feed real quick.
All right, so I can see now but there appears to be an invisible barrier. I've got. All right. Well,
So Logos has
as
a
if
magical wall, and his magical wall is up against a different magical wall of another source of energy. But yeah, on the other side of these walls is these Abishai who are quickly placing coins into the door.
well, I mean, if we can't get through the wall, then the wall's got to come down. So the only thing I can do is I'm gonna, I guess, burn my last spell slot, and I'm gonna try to dispel the wall with dispel magic.
So Logos has a wall in front of this wall. So in order to do so, you would have to pass through Logos's wall. I think there's something in the language of that you can pass through it, or is it a solid wall, Logos?
It's 1 foot thick, and it says any creature. So I assume it would, but um, would I be able to just drop it, or would I have to wait till my turn to do that?
I think that's something you'd probably do on your turn, actually.
Yeah. So if he wanted to try to muscle his way through it, he would have to do a strength save, DC 19.
So you can dispel the enemy wall. However, you will have to fight your way through your allies' wall first.
Well, we got to get to the doors, so I guess that's the move. I don't really see another way around this. There's only one way through the hells. So I guess I'll attempt to get through Logos's wall so that I can try to dispel the one that is blocking everybody else out, and hopefully we can get close enough to make something happen here.
All right, yeah. Go ahead and give me, what was it, a strength check there, Logos? DC 19.
Yes.
Or wait, theoretically, like if he has to wait until his turn to drop it, could I just ready an action to dispel the other invisible wall rather than try to like waste a fucking turn trying to fight through this wall?
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, I'm gonna do that then. It seems like the smart play here because I have a +2 to strength, so I don't think it's gonna go very well. So yeah, I'll wait and I'll just call back to Logos and be like, "Get rid of your damn wall so I can get rid of the invisible one." And then he'll hold his action and get ready to try to dispel the invisible wall that's blocking us from the doors, I guess.
Okay. Anything you want to do with your bonus or movement?
Actually, let me bonus action disengage and use my movement to get some space. I guess I'll rush to the right to get with my other party members away from 6. So I'll bonus action disengage, use my movement to go right, get back with the party, and then ready an action to cast dispel magic on the invisible wall as soon as Logos drops his spell.
Okay, excellent. As you take your move and prep the spell, moving on down. Locris, you are up once again. Still, basically surrounded by enemies. A couple of Abishai and now one of these damned spirits as well.
Locris is pissing it off still from that crit. So he is going to continue taking his frustrations out on this cock in front of him.
All right, excellent. Give me some attack rolls.
All right. First one is going to be a 19.
Unfortunately, though you are
Sucks.
twice his size, he parries you.
The second one is nat 19, which he's hexblade, so that's a crit.
Ooh, nicely done.
So he is going to take a lot of hurt. That's going to be 4 plus 7, or so 4 plus. Oh, god damn it! 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 7 is 13 points radiant damage from the weapon. See, 8 and 10 is going to be 18 points radiant damage from the spirit shroud. So that was, what's the first number?
4. What? You had 6.
Yeah, 6 plus 7 was 13.
Correct, and then
Plus 5 for my charisma due to the hexblade curse. So that's 18 total points there, plus another 18 total points for the spirit shroud. So that gets us 36. And then 3 and 3 is another 6 points from giant might. So that brings us to 42 points of damage.
Damn.
Fuck your crit, asshole.
Nicely done. Nicely done. This Abishai is looking particularly weak. His legs are wobbling. He is no longer airborne. He's using his staff more to stay upright than a weapon.
And you know what? For shits and giggles, as a bonus action, I'm going to use second wind, but Locris just kind of licks the shy blood from the morning star and staring him down, and you just watch him heal a little bit.
Nicely done.
And that will end my turn.
All right. So moving on down from Locris, Blade, you are up. You are kind of up against this wall. You've got some allies nearby.
All right.
Drop a latest pick. So, yeah, but not a lot has changed.
All right. Shoot. So these guys are trying to get through the door over there. Can I just like take a look around to see like, I mean, we haven't really discovered like what's keeping this wall, have we? Or like making this wall?
Yeah, go ahead and give me, we'll say, an Arcana check if you're investigating the wall specifically, or are you looking around for something different?
I mean, just like if there's something that's like, I don't know. I'm just thinking if it's like a stone or something, or like there's some enemy making this wall that's like we can pinpoint it, but I'm not sure.
Okay, go ahead and give me, we'll call it an Arcana check or an Insight check.
Mm. I'm gonna go about the same. Let's go Arcana, I guess. Oh fuck yeah, nat 20 for 23.
Okay, it just clicks. You've seen this spell before. You're not sure where, but you know that this is absolutely a spell that's being cast by probably one of the Abishai, and it's known as the Wall of Force. But yeah, it is essentially a fairly like a fifth level spell, keeping you guys back. I would also say that with a natural 20, you would know that it is probably one of the Abishai on the other side of the wall that is holding this concentration on this spell. You also know that nothing can physically pass through the wall. It is immune to all damage, and it cannot be dispelled by a dispel magic. The only way to rid yourself of this wall is a disintegrate spell.
Dang. And the motherfucker's on the other side.
Correct.
Hmm.
The both walls themselves are about 10 feet in height.
So one of them. Okay, so there's two different walls. Both of them are like Wall of Force, or is one of them Logos's?
One is a wall of force, and Logos has put a wall of wind right up next to the wall of force.
So I physically can't pass through. Can I teleport? Would I know if like a Misty Step would work?
Um, I would say, yeah. I mean, you got a nat 20. The wall exists both in the real world and the ethereal realm. It even blocks teleportation spells.
Hmm. And they stand about 10 feet high.
Correct.
I mean, we can just go over it, right?
Yeah. How do you propose?
I mean, if I remember correctly, I think my double neck loot, I have abilities that allow me to fly.
I think that loot is probably pretty sweet. I forget exactly what sweet ass powers Spellison departed upon you.
I'm like 99% sure it does. I'm just double checking it.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, of course, you're not going to give me any of that information. Oh my God. I'm sorry. This is fucking unbearable.
No worries.
Right. Okay, it does. So I guess I'm going to use my action to use the Ants Truth harp and just kind of strum this I mean harp double neck lute and yeah, just kind of take a strum of it and turn towards the group and be like, guys, we need to go over it. And I'm going to, I guess, yeah, uh fly up, and can I just like land on it? Like on top of it?
If you have pretty good balance, you might be able to land on top of the wall of force. The wall of wind is about a foot thick, but the wall of force is only not even 2 inches. But yeah, if you want to land on top, go ahead and just give me we'll call it an acrobatics check to hold your balance atop this small precarious ledge.
Oh, I've been waiting to test my acrobatics here. Or yeah, acrobatics. Just for like looking good. Ah, 5 for 22 still. 17 modifier.
Yeah, absolutely. You're quite nimble and quite comfortable on an inch and a quarter of ledge. So are you just
And
straight in front of you, kind of on the wall, or did you have a particular part of the wall you wanted to land on, or just what was in front of you?
I guess kind of I guess I didn't really have any specific part, just on top somewhere. I don't even know why I did the whole landing thing because I'm just gonna be kind of flying anyways, to be honest.
So you
But shoot, I'm just trying to like think if there's anything I can actually do while I'm up here. Um, mm, no, god damn it, this really wasn't very useful. Um, and I guess maybe I will. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna just hold for right now. Now that I've announced everything that there is to be known about this wall.
all right. Moving on down, Logos, you are up. Blade just kind of floats over your wall and onto the enemies, and you and Renwick are just kind of hanging out.
So I saw Blade just fly over the wall,
Correct.
and is Gladier in combat? How far is Gladier from me?
Gladier is 5, 10, 15, about 20 feet away or so.
Hmm. Give me a minute. I am. I am going to just. I'm gonna bonus action. Well, I'm gonna use a free action to drop the wind wall, and then I'm gonna bonus action wild shape into a giant eagle, and get Renwick in my talons and fly us over the wall.
Okay.
And I mean, if I can, I would. I guess get Gladier too, so he's not so high up by himself. I mean, Blade.
Blade already cast the fly spell on himself, I do believe.
Let me double check how much speed a giant eagle has.
But yeah, as long as Renwick is consenting to being escorted by a giant eagle, that's got to be a trope in fantasy lands. The giant eagle grabs the halfling.
He's like my
Yeah,
little hobbit.
Renwick's at the base of this wall, like just pounding on it. And he sees you turn into an eagle, and he just turns around and puts his hands up, and basically is just like uppies, uppies.
And then I'll put a talon through his belt loop and kind of give him a wedgie.
Perfect.
It's 80 feet, so I guess I'll fly up and then kind of hover above. So I'm pretty sure I won't make it to the ground next.
Okay, you grab Renwick and you kind of hover above this battlefield.
That's bonus action. Oh, actually, you know what? I haven't used an action. I guess I'll action dash another 80 feet if that lets me get on the ground.
Yeah, the wall's not very tall at all. You could easily, you and Renwick could both be on the ground. Near the wall or the doors, I mean?
Well, maybe I'll hover because I don't want to be on the ground and then we get whomped. Yeah, I'll just stay afloat and wait for my comrades.
Okay. You grab Renwick and remain aloft. Following Logos is the Red Abishai, and the three at the door have finished what they had to do, and these giant devilish, devil wrought iron doors with all this intricate mechanical moving parts on the inside of them, they all begin to spin. Cogs and chains begin to move, and the door, with a loud groan that echoes throughout the valley, begins to open. And as it does, the Abishai waste no time, and them and their minions dive in. The other two are at a distance enough away where, with their fly speed and dash, they are also going to go over the wall and into the doors. All of the Abishai at the doors with their minions also go through. Number 3, who was kind of targeting Logos for a while, he sees his opportunity and attempts the same thing. However, that is going to give Locris an attack of opportunity.
Oh yeah, we're taking that. All right. You said that was against number 3? Nope.
Bummer.
That's in that one. Locris is focused on number 4.
Alrighty. Sounds good. So with that, most of the Red Abishai have left the battlefield. The door continues to creak open to its 2 fully open doors, and as they reach their opening, their pinnacle point, a loud click, and they slowly begin to close. They will be closed on this turn next round. So everybody has a brief moment where they could potentially either make a dash, or you guys can decide to wait for the doors to close and use the soul coins you have collected. Either way, there's some options going down here. So now the blue Abishai, the one currently contesting with Locris, will once again make an attempt to flee. He leaps into the air and spread his wings wide as he sails, attempts to sail out of reach, but once again, that gives both Gladier and Locris an attack of opportunity. Well, I guess Locris already took one. Gladier, it gives you an attack of opportunity.
That is a dirty 20.
Alas, clangs off of this. Once again, for several times in this battle, this creature managed to parry you with its staff as it gains momentum and flies up and away. The remaining minions also fade on the map. So, we're still going to stay in initiative for a bit, but most of these guys... Okay, down at the bottom here. Gladier, you are up. So, essentially, all of the combatants have been cleared from the battlefield. The ones who did not flee have gone into these doors. They're currently open, but they are slowly closing. How do you proceed? I will also say, once the Abishai disappear beyond the threshold of the door, the wall of force disappears.
All right, so there's no more wall in front of me, and pretty much everyone's gone.
Correct.
Okay. Well, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I'll take my full movement to just run forward 40 feet straight towards the door. Catch up with everyone else.
Okay, that puts you about 10 feet on the other side of Logos and Renwick. You're still about 5, 10, 15,
Gotcha.
20. You're about 25 feet away from this open door.
All right. And everyone that was lined up against the door is on the other side now, correct? And it's starting to close?
Correct. The doors are starting to close, and all of the devils that were once engaged in combat seem to be more interested in getting on the other side of this door.
That worries me. But move on without everyone else. And that's only 30 feet. So I am 20, 30, 30, 40, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, no, that's out of range. I was thinking about tossing a spell through the door, but I do not have the range for it. So, yeah, I think I might just. I'm just gonna heal. Because I don't want to move on without everyone else, and I don't have anything with a long enough range. So I'm going to use my action to do lay on hands on myself. I'll do 27 because that'll almost get me up to full. It's 90 minus 27, 63. Yeah, so that's action, movement. Bonus action. Don't have minute. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Yeah, he'll just kind of turn to the rest of the group and be like, "We can just wait for the doors to close, right? We got the coins. Like, do we have to? What's a move?" And then that's my turn. I don't know what else to do.
Okay. You know what? Now with no combat, and you move forward. I will say, you guys hear loud screeching and the batting of wings. It is pretty clear that in the distance, another tribe of Abishai, the white Abishai, and from a different direction, another tribe of black Abishai. They seem to be war calling one another, and they are definitely flying to this location. You have a couple of rounds before they get here, but we no longer need to really be in initiative, I guess. You just got to make the call. As a party, do you run through the doors while they were open, or do you let them close and put in the soul coins and reopen the door? It's kind of your call, but you got to be quick about it. Enemies are descending on the location, you can assume from the loud groan of the opening doors was some kind of signal or war cry. You're not sure, but the battlefield you just kind of made it through is about to erupt into a battlefield again. So, as a group, do you dive through the doors while they're open, or do you wait for them to close and put in the coins?
Knowing how long it takes now that we've seen the Abishai do it, how long would we have if we waited for the doors to close and then pop the coins in? Like, does it buy us a few rounds to heal up, or is it like the second the doors close, we have to reopen the doors and then the Abishai are pretty much following us right behind? Like, how imperative is it for us to get through these doors right now to avoid the ones that are coming up behind us?
I will say it takes 1 round to fully open the door, and then it will open and close in that round. And the Abishai that are descending on the location are about 3 rounds away.
So we
Say
theoretically would
Locris.
have 1 round to do something, then 1 round to open the door and get through it, and then the Abishai would show up the following round.
Correct.
But
I
there's
don't know
still
about you guys, but like
other
one
Abishai on the
round
other
for
side.
some heals doesn't sound like a bad option.
I would say Locris would have, because we're so far distant from each other, he would have cast Fly on him and Gladier since his buddy ran away, and have chased after him.
Okay.
Get
Yeah, I
through the
think.
door and then heal, because we don't
Well,
know
there's
what's going
still
on. And
the only problem is like the other Abishai just went through the door, so I don't think we'd have time to heal once we got through the door because we'd probably just be right back in the fight.
we also don't know
Maybe.
what's through the door. It could be like a portal to a completely different plane when they're already gone.
True.
Okay, door is closing. Decision
Uh,
is as the door creaks and groans and begins to get to the point where you might not be able to squeeze through. What is the final decision? Do you squeeze through or do you wait?
I vote go through the door.
yeah.
Through.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go.
Fuck it.
All
Look,
right.
she cast fly on me.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Glader's flying as a dragon should.
All right. So, as the lot of you rush through this door and it slams shut behind you, you are left in a dark, dank cave. Black stalactites and stalagmites come from the floors and the ceilings. The drip of water can be heard. And as you kind of listen to the distant echo, you hear running water. And you swear laughter? You're not sure. But alas, alone in this dark place. How do you guys proceed?
Chris would start looking for kind of a hidey spot for us to take a good 10-minute breather, since him and Renwick can see just fine.
Yeah, as you guys kind of look around, you're in what looks to be remarkably like a natural cave. It's just this odd, very sharp to the touch, black rock. But yeah, there's a few spaces to catch your breath and post up for a moment if you guys need a short rest or something.
Yeah, as we enter in here, Renwick just takes the eye patch completely off, in the same fashion as true pirates would, adjusting to the light, and just removes it so he can kind of look around and assess the situation. I'm not entirely sure what happened to the Abishai, but I think we need to take a moment to lick our wounds before we move any further in this. And you look, and he's like, he's pretty banged up. There's quite a few gashes, and he's probably got some like blood dripping from the corner of his mouth. He's the most banged up he's been in a while.
Logus, can you throw up your hole and so we have somewhere a little safer to just squirrel away? Logus throws a pebble at Logus. Elf boy.
Renwick kicks him in the shin. Open up your hole, motherfucker.
Logus bends over and pulls his pants down.
Oh, gee.
Oh no!
Well,
A rope
now
comes out.
He looks back at Renwick with longing eyes and red face.
Wrong hole, but I can't say I'm not flattered.
Logus will do his rope trick and throw up the magical hole.
Okay, as Logus casts this spell, kind of giving you guys a bit of safety for the time being. Tell me kind of how you proceed. What's the plan?
Alright, so there's laughing going on. I don't know if it's the victors that got through. Did they become friendly now that they're on the next level, or did they find something bigger and meaner? So I think we'll have to send at least one person, if not two of you, just to kind of scout ahead to see what we're walking towards. And he looks directly at Logus and Renwick.
I mean, I'm more than happy to scout ahead. Just give me a brief moment here. And I burned a bunch of my hit die during that short rest to heal up and get my spells back. But I think that I'm pretty much good to move on whenever Logus is ready. I think it's definitely a tag team situation. We shouldn't have one person out anywhere.
Okay, yeah. So you, nice picture, Logos. Yeah. So you guys find a bit of reprieve for sure. Roll some hit die if you guys need on your short rest. But the 30 minutes to an hour or so does go by quickly. Soon you find yourselves back in this cave.
Don't forget 17 points from inspiring leader.
Is that temporary or just on top of base HP?
Temporary.
Sick. Yeah, that brings me almost back to full with an additional 17 temporary in the pool, so I'm pretty much good to move whenever Logus is. And yeah, I guess we'll just scout ahead. I don't know if we have a necessary direction, so I guess we're just following the laughter of the water. Which way do you want to go?
Are they in two separate directions?
Yeah, go ahead and give me some stealth checks as you guys make your attempts to quietly scout ahead.
Logus would pass without a trace.
Okay, for sure.
Hell,
Add 10 to that.
That's a 37.
that is a
37.
28. It's
Nice.
actually really good for Glader.
That's a 40 stealth for Logus.
Jesus Christ.
I rolled a 19 plus 11 for 30. and then plus 10 for passive injury. I'm in the ethereal plane right now.
You
So,
stealthed out of the campaign. You were gone.
right? As the shadows of hell embrace you and erase your existence. Do Blade and Locris, are you guys letting them scout ahead, or are you following them stealthily?
Hmm.
I think if everybody was moving on forward, including Gladier, Locust would have followed.
Yeah, if Gladier's going, then I think everyone should.
Okay, go ahead and give me some stealth checks. That's fucked up, but whatever. No.
Gladier's like 15 feet
25.
behind everyone
Okay.
and
So I'll
intentionally
say,
holding up the rear.
I was gonna say, Renwick will be like a little ways ahead of everybody, and he'll summon a mage hand about 30 feet behind him that will literally just like give hand signals for the party to follow him so that there's a decent gap between him and them.
Okay, yeah.
So I have boots of Elvenkind, so I don't make any noise when I'm moving, and then I have advantage on like stealthing. So if Logus wants to use Pass Without a Trace on the rest of the party, Renwick can scout ahead pretty confidently and just give hand signals with the mage hand for everybody just to make sure that we're like 100% covered because we don't really know where we're at or what we're getting into here. So I'd rather play it safe.
Okay, I'll say, I think you only have to remain within like 30 feet of Logos to get the benefits of his spell. So as long as you aren't too far ahead of him.
I am exactly 30 feet behind Logos.
Okay. As you guys kind of creep forward, you soon discover it looks like a spring. It looks like it's coming straight up out of the ground, but it is in fact the same river Styx, the one you guys have been following prior. Lashed to this very rocky kind of shore, these stalagmites and stalactites that are black and jagged, kind of all over the floor and ceiling. Lashed to this rocky shore is what appears to be a crude dock. It is black wood and black rope, and it's not well maintained. Several planks are broken, some of the ropes are frayed, but it is a decent sized dock, and there are a handful of vessels docked here. But it is eerily silent as you guys kind of arrive at this small dock. The only thing that cuts through the darkness and the silence is the occasional sound of laughter coming from downriver. So what do you guys do?
Quick question. Do we have any knowledge of like the river Styx, any of the properties of it, like how it interacts with mortals or really just anything about it? Just because contextually, like going from Greek mythology to like Disney's Hercules, there's different iterations. So I'm trying to picture exactly like what we're dealing with here in terms of the river itself.
Well, you would know that Locris happens to have like an encyclopedia on the Nine Hills, basically. But let's see what you recall. You could do a knowledge history check to kind of, or even a knowledge religion. If I think it's the same, probably stat. But
Locris just had a remembrance.
Fuck me. That's a
How
7.
you are unsure. You do not know what, but it doesn't look great. It looks like it's bubbling, like it's steaming and bubbling, like as if it's boiling occasionally. And every once in a while, you see a portion of a human body, whether it's an elbow, a knee, a foot, a skull, a hand. They seem to be lost in this kind of purple, milky liquid that is the river Styx.
So we won't be
Sean,
skiddy dipping.
how long were we in gas form before we reached this point?
I would say you came to you were coming to the end of the spell's duration. I think it was 8 hours, and you guys took it all the way to the final hour before you. So you probably 7 of those 8 hours easily.
So, Blade, you still want to take your boat for a cruise?
Blade was like, I thought you'd never ask. And then he throws out this item and just yells, "Erect!" And a giant boat unfolds.
Excellent. Yeah, with a loud splash, your vessel takes to the water, and it begins to float.
It's nice. 20 feet foot long, 8 feet wide, 6 feet deep. Has
Does it look
five.
like this? Does it look like the river is having any effect on the boat?
No, it seems to be floating like a boat should.
Sorry, I didn't want to get on the boat and then be like, "Wow, that water level is rising really quickly."
No. Despite the milky looking viscous nature of this river Styx, the boat floats.
I'm hoping that because it's a magical boat, it's particularly helpful here.
Solid as a rock. And they pat it.
So you guys make your way to Blade's magical ship and begin, you shove off. You leave the docks and begin slowly, along with the current, drifting down river. And it's very slow at first, very bendy. Not very quick waters, not very sharp turns, pretty easy to navigate. And as you travel farther down in the river Styx, both sides of this very dark cavern, or you hear the drip of water occasionally, but for the most part, it's just this black, jagged rock. And as you kind of drift on, you see light up ahead. And as you approach, there seem to be several stones wedged in the stalactite or stalagmite, whichever one, riddled ceiling. And these stones glow. And not only do they glow, they glow brightly and they mimic sunshine. They glow down on this little cove. And on the side of the river Styx, there is green grass and several beautiful fruit trees, flowers coming. You see like small insects, butterflies, and things. You see like what is essentially a pocket of just beautiful landscape. And as you continue down the river Styx, it begins happening on both sides. Every once in a while, you just come across a nice, beautiful beach that has some green rolling hills and several large like fruit trees and various flora and fauna and these weird stones that seem to emulate sunshine. It actually is quite beautiful and peaceful. And as you continue forward, you eventually begin seeing people. Some of them are very devilish looking. Some of them have horns and wings and wear tight leather. But most of them are fairly attractive men and women. And they congregate on the side of the river Styx. Some of them are rolling in the green grasses and laughing. Others are picking the fruits off of the trees, sharing a bit of a picnic somewhere. And you see that they notice you as you guys sail by, and they wave. They beckon you guys. Hey, come hang out if you want. We're not going anywhere. Yeah, they just kind of wave and watch you guys slowly go down this river, and that just kind of is like a continuing theme. You guys keep coming upon these pockets of vegetation and sunlight, and these beings. Some of them do look devilish, but the deeper you go in, you look to see dryads and satyrs, things that you would recognize from like the Feywild, just kind of hanging out with these creatures. You see what appear to be mortals, other mortals, just kind of hanging out on these little pockets of beauty and peaceful restfulness. And yeah, so as the river continues in this route, is there anything in particular you guys want to do before pressing forward through this river Styx?
I know anything about this area.
Go ahead and give me a knowledge history check with advantage.
Thirty 20.
You know that the second layer of hell tends to be for a specific type of punishments, and that it kind of flip-flops somewhere between lust and gluttony. This seems to be like the place for it.
All right, hello, Chris will just say, all right, Blade, Logos, no ideas. I think you go out there, your crotch will burn in more than one way.
Yeah, as much as I'm looking to get an opportunity, it's probably not the best time. I kind of hold my crotch, looking out.
Gladier, I think you have the ability with your aura. Now, doesn't anybody near you become immune to being charmed?
Yes, actually, it is. I have so many auras now. Uh, let's see. Yes, aura of devotion. While your conscious friendly creatures, including you within 30 feet, cannot be charmed or frightened with aura of courage. So charmed and frightened, as long as they stay within 30 feet of me, they are good.
Okay, so though you guys are all immune to the beckon and calls of what you guys know to be succubus and incubus, thanks to Chris, but also like dryads and satyrs and nymphs, like you resist their calls as well, but you feel like the tingle, it's like in the back of your mind. You know you're being protected, but you know these creatures are magically trying to seduce you off of this boat.
I think Glader just kind of walks up behind Logos and Blade and just like puts a hand on each of their shoulders and just be like, steady. Just don't look at them too much. Just keep your eyes down. Look at the bottom of the boat.
All right, and as you guys kind of continue down this way, ignoring the beckoning of those people around you that seem to be genuinely happy and enjoying their lives, despite being in hell, you guys press on, and eventually you see off in the distance, it would appear a bridge. Something you do not expect your boat to be able to pass under, unfortunately. It is quite low to the river Styx. And as you guys approach this bridge in hell, I think that is probably a good spot for us to put a bookmark in our tail, fellas.
Sounds good.
I thought we were fucked there for a second with all those fucking beans and shit.
I mean, when you think about it, we were about 12 seconds away from having a whole other combat erupt, so.
How close was I to killing that demon?
Oh, one more hit would have done it. He was at 191, and hit points for that demon was 200.
Oh, my other hit would have killed him. Damn it!
So close.
So close, so close.
Some hefty boys. God damn, 191.
Yeah, not only the high hit points, their AC was fucking high too. I think I only landed like one hit.
It's a little thought for when y'all hit your pillows tonight. These were lesser devils and demons, according to Sean, and we're here to fight a big demon. So,
Yeah. I had a plus 13 to hit, and I figured out early on in the combat that I might as well just cast spells or fucking run. I think I took one swing and I rolled like a 5 for an 18, and it wasn't a hit, and I was like, yep, I'm wasting my fucking time.
Well, their AC was super high too. You know, it's not very. You guys haven't fought many enemies that have north of 20 armor class.
Yeah, I was not about to fuck around there. It was more of like a, well, we got the coins. I did my part. Like I lifted a bunch of coins. Like we've got enough to pass. Let's get the fuck out of here.
the funniest thing was there was a clear moment in this combat where everyone switched tactics, and it was when I asked if he was hurt after hitting him with like 80 damage. You're like, no, he's just fine. I think after that, everyone literally changed what they were doing.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, we're not fighting this, guys. This is a puzzle.
I mean, you guys could have
This is
grinded.
a combat puzzle.
You guys might have killed
My
a handful
first,
of them.
Yeah, maybe
my
a
first swing
couple,
is
but not
21.
fucking all of them.
My first attack, I was like, all right, I'm running there, do my usual smash and soak up damage. And I rolled a 21. And Sean, you were like, close, but no, you miss. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, basically. I mean, I hit him with a lightning bolt out of the gate, and I was super pumped because I think I got like 4 of them or something in one lightning bolt, and I fried one of the minions. And Sean was just like, okay, yeah, so that happened. And I was like, oh, he doesn't even give a fuck. That lightning bolt did nothing. It took a minion out.
He doesn't even sound a little bit upset about that lightning bolt. We're screwed.
It's taken me 18 levels to get this, and he laughed it off. So clearly that was not the answer.
I was actually stoked because it gave me a reason to just unnecessarily target you. Like, yeah, he shot a lightning bolt at like 4 of these dudes. They're all coming after him now. And like, I made him chase you around the map the whole time. It was a good time.
Honestly, I like the pressure. It's fun to be a rogue and be like, try to hit me, motherfucker. And then when you do, I'm like, oh shit, I might die now.
Oh no, what have I done?
Well, because for so long, I have actually gotten away with like pissing people off and not getting hit. So like the
Yeah.
1 or 2 times that he does fucking hit me when I'm surrounded with 4 enemies, it's like maybe all that shit talking on my end is finally coming back to haunt me.
I'm in danger.
Ah, heck yeah,
That
dude.
was fun.
I'm excited for the next couple of sessions, man. It's gonna be interesting. We'll see how long it takes me to kill you guys. How many levels do you make it before you succumb?
Yeah. Jeez.
Like playing Dante's Inferno.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking about.
We're getting to the end game now. It only gets scarier.
All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. Keep in touch. Let's do this crazy thing again soon.
Sounds good, boys. Take it
Sounds
easy.
good.
All right,
Thanks
see
again,
you
Sean.
guys.
Later.
Good night.
Later, guys.